Welcome back to Rich Conversations, where we talk about building wealth with purpose. I'm your host, Orooj from Orooj Financial Group, and I'm here today with Zahid Said of Orooj Financial Group. Whether you're building a business, you're building your legacy, or both, we're going to be talking about real strategic ways that you can actually grow your business or your wealth with purpose. So in today's episode, we're going to be talking about philanthropic giving. I'm here today with Zahid Said. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you very much for having me.
So today we're going to be talking about why giving back is so important and how there's ways that people don't know that you can actually give back that might be better than the way that you're actually giving back. But before we get into any of that, why do you think it's important for people, and especially Canadians, to give back to the community?
You know, I am actually a big believer of this. Is the more you give, the more you get, right? And in this world, there are fortunate people and less unfortunate people that they do not have enough money that they can take care of their families. And it's our social responsibility to make sure that we give back to our communities. And a lot of people have this misunderstanding and misconception of that government is going to take care of you, right? As you know, the government probably gives some to some of the charity, but they give to a bigger charities. So all the smaller charities, they don't get anything from the government. So almost 90% of, or even more than that, of the funds go to only 1% of the charities. And there's a lot of expenses to run those charities. So, you know, if, for example, if a small charity is struggling, it's our responsibility that to make sure that it gives back so they can survive. And that's where a lot of money is being given back. And the rich people also like to give back so they can have a community that everybody belongs to.
Yeah. So wealthy people are, again, known for actually giving a lot back to the community as well. And some people say that it is obviously an emotional reason that you're giving, but there's also strategic reasons why you also do give, right?
Absolutely.
Tell me why people do it that way. What might be another reason why people do it more strategically than emotionally?
As you know, because in our society, there's a social responsibility also. So we give for emotional reason, but there are better ways to give. Now, what we are going to talk about today, how you can convert dollars, tax dollars, into charitable giving, right? Now, our government give you a credit of donating. Now, you can donate corporately or you can donate personally. Now, depending on which province you live, you can get up to like every $2 approximately you donate, you can get $1 back in taxes, right? At the same time, corporately, every dollar that you donate, you can write off as an expense. So business owners and even the personal side, you look at overall how you can give and save in taxes too. Now, that's why the rich people or wealthy people, they donate a lot because rather than giving to the government where they don't know how they're going to spend the money, they get that tax credit back and donate the way they want to donate. They want to help small charities, as mentioned. They are the most vulnerable ones that they do not get enough money, right? So that's why, and also how you give, it matters too.
So before you move on to how you give, again, we're talking about why you're giving that way. You say that there are 3 beneficiaries to your estate, right? Can you name the 3 of them?
Yeah. So there is your family, charities, and the government. So if you have a choice,
which 2 would you prefer?
Absolutely. You know, everyone would prefer charity and the family. So all the planning that we do is we cut the government out and we leave more for a family and charity.
Because people talk about like, for example, what's the point of just not paying taxes? Why not just pay the tax and give to charity and do both? But if you can save one or protect from one, why not do it that way?
We all pay a lot of tax. Okay. So, you know, from earning money to transferring the wealth we pay a lot of tax. So tax is not something that, okay, you know, we should be promoting here that we should pay more tax. Okay. We should be how we can convert tax dollar into charitable giving. That is the purpose. Let me give you an example. We did some planning for one of the wealthy family. They had around $60 million of wealth. And when we did a calculation on their estate, that something happened to the family, $40 million would go into the family's hand and $20 million would go into taxes. So we did some planning with the life insurance and everything else, and we provide that 20 million to charity. 40 million still family got it, and the government didn't get anything.
That's impressive.
So that kind of planning that we are talking during your life and once you're gone. And no, there's a website called and there's an organization called Willpower. They're out of UK, now they're in Canada promoting leaving some legacy or leaving funds in your will. And when they educated people in UK, they actually billions of dollars were more given in people's will to the charities than when they didn't educate people. So that now we are doing in Canada, the willpower.ca, I believe. So you can go over there and there are a lot of information that you can read how you can leave some legacy through your will.
So we have things from donor advised funds to private foundations. What are the differences between those two?
So I always tell people we live once and die twice. Once we are not there, and second, if people stop talking about us, right? So wealthy people, what they do, they set up private foundations. It's very hard to set up, but eventually you can set up a foundation where you can donate the money, and that money can be, you can get the tax refund back, all the tax credit that you get. But at the same time, you don't have to give all money in that year to one charity. So the foundation can invest that money, and then from there can help different charities on different times. So the foundation can last into generations also. So it's very important, but you have to do the taxes every year. You have to report to the government that whatever you are doing, that you are giving to right charities, so all the tax filing and everything is your responsibility. So, but some people, they want to do this, but they didn't want to go through this hassle. Then different charities came up with something called donor advised fund. That means those charities is like, one of them is Mississauga Foundation, and I am actually a donor there and a member also. So what they have done, they take care of all the legal side of it, all the tax filing side of it, all the investment side of it. You can actually donate money whatever way you want to donate, and you can get the tax receipt for that. From that onwards, you have different ways that you can manage money. Now, your children and even grandchildren and great-grandchildren will be giving on your behalf, because the fund that you have invested during your life, or through your will, or through insurance policy, or anything, that can grow over period. So, for example, you get 10% return on your investment. So they allow you to around 4 to 5% that you can donate every single year. And the remaining money stays in there,
so
and the pot gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Right? So it is and you have no hassle of managing that. Your family does not have to worry about managing it. Your children don't have to. The donor advised fund of that charity will just call them where you want to donate this year. So your legacy continues every single year for years to come. So that could be, so that's why I'm saying you can still, you don't have to die twice. Your name goes on and with that legacy that you created.
Exactly. So you would recommend donor advised funds over, but there might be different
100%. Depending on how much you are donating. Some very wealthy people, they still like to do foundation. The reason is they have people managing for them. But the people like you and I, we still want to give, but we want to give that better way. So the donor advised is the best solution for them.
Now let's do some rapid fire questions. So what do you think is the biggest myth about philanthropy?
People think that whatever we give, we can give anyway, is have the same benefit, which is not. Giving cash versus donating securities, giving life insurance as a donation, they have different impact. So if every dollar that you donate, depending you how much is costing you to donate, the cash is actually the worst way to give, because you don't get any other benefit than the tax receipt. But donating securities have a lot of other benefits that you don't pay capital gain of the appreciated securities. And then it comes to the business owner side, which can go more into detail, but the how you give is not the same.
And do you have one cause that's most close to your heart?
No, we have few. I have, my wife and I have opened a donor advised fund with the Mississauga Foundation. and we donate corporately in there. And then every year we look at which charity actually needs the most money, and we donate that way, right? Immediate need of the society or individual of our community.
Yeah.
Then we also have something back home is called malnutrition for younger children. As soon as they're born, they don't get to age 6. There are a lot of children die because of the
malnutrition,
they don't
not
get
eating enough.
yeah they don't get enough nutrition. So the people think, okay, giving maybe a small food which contains everything, but it's not. You have to have a proper nutrition that given to them up to age 6. Also, when the women are pregnant, that time
is
they
also
need
important,
something to give. So there's a charity which we use here in Canada that we donate the funds. So we actually last year we saved 80,000 children that could have been died. So that is also, and I am their ambassador, and we do different seminars for that. So we will give more information in one of other episodes.
Yeah. And last rapid question. Time or money, which is the better donation?
Both.
Both.
But again, if you can give. If you don't have money, donate your time. But everybody has to do something. So some people will use their time to make more money and then donate. So I would say wherever you can and how you can, you give. The time versus money. But when it comes to money, strategically give. Don't just give. Talk to your financial advisor. Talk to, how we can give more. For example, I donated $100, and whenever I was donating, that provided only $60 to charity. Another way, I donated $100, but I could provide now $80 to charity because I did some planning. So it cost me $20 versus cost me $40 to donate.
Now that's the perfect segue into talking about the ways that you can actually give.
Yes.
You want to talk more about that?
Yeah. So there are, let's talk about cash first. So you donate cash, you get a tax receipt up to 75% of your net income, and at time of death, up to 100% of your net income. But if you donate securities, for example, you had invested something for $1,000, now they appreciated to $2,000. Now, if you sell that, you have to pay capital gain tax between $1,000 and $2,000, and then you are going to donate.
Yeah.
Right? So you're going to donate less because you're going to pay 25% of that as a tax.
Yeah.
But if you donate $2,000 of securities, you do not pay any capital gain, and you get the tax receipt for $2,000. So you get more, the charity gets more. Right? On the business side, is even better because in the business side, whatever the capital gain that you're donating, that appreciated security, you can also, is something called capital dividend account. It gets funded for that amount, and you can take money out of the corporation tax-free for your personal use for that credit, and you can give more to charity because charity do not pay tax when they sell. So you give them a charity for securities for $2,000. They sell to give, use that money. Yeah. They do not pay tax. You do not pay tax. So it's not the same thing. Giving cash and security is not the same benefit. So charities get more benefit, you get more. Then also life insurance. Yeah. Life insurance is beautiful. That's the cheapest, actually the best way to give. You can donate your own cash value policies. We had one family, they had a term insurance policy actually. No benefit. Their renewal came, they were in around age 65, and they want to cancel it. I said, do not cancel. They wouldn't get anything while canceling the policy because they could not afford to renew that policy. It was very expensive. Yeah. So we had that fair market value done for that policy. And that policy was $1 million, but we got it for $250,000 fair market value of the policy. We donated that policy, so somebody else actually started paying, another donor started paying for that policy. And the family that gave that policy got $250,000 tax receipt that they saved in taxes.
Wow, that's impressive.
So if you have a term policy, don't just cancel them when they come for a renewal. Yeah. Think about giving that as a donor. You might save money in taxes. And of course, in the will. Very important, when you do your estate plan, calculate how much tax your estate is going to pay when you are going to children, and then buy for double of the amount of life insurance policies to donate.
Yeah.
And you can cut off CRA out of that. So the more money can give into charity and your family and nothing for the government.
So you can also name charities as beneficiaries for life insurance policies as well, right?
You can.
Yeah.
So there are three ways to give.
Yeah.
Either you keep the ownership and the beneficiary to your family or state, and then you put in the will that this much money should be given. Or you can give ownership and the beneficiary to the charity, and whatever you donate, you can get the tax receipt every single year. And usually we pay off that policy within 10 to 20 years.
Yeah.
And then there are other ways also how you structure it.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of good ways to structure it, depending where you can get most out of tax saving and leave more for charity. Keep that in mind. Our focus is still giving more.
Yeah.
How we give, we can give more.
Yeah.
So convert taxes into charitable donation.
Yeah, and that depends on how you do the planning as well. And then when it comes to just business owners who want to give more, how can it actually help them grow as well?
I mean, look at that. Most of the business owners, if they're involved with the charities, is give them that advantage in the society that they are giving back to the community. Again, more you give, the more you get, right? So if you are, helping some of the charities and you are giving this strategically, you actually do a lot better for your business also, because people think that you are helping charity, you are socially responsible, you are giving back to the community. So there are many ways. I don't, something people think, okay, if I show off or something that I'm giving, I should like show off. I don't think so. It motivates people actually. It's
and it helps to also, like how you just talked about malnutrition children. It brings out a cause that people don't know about either.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's why every business owner, they should have some charities they should help, and then they can reach out to us and we can teach them
that there's different ways of doing it.
Give, and then you can still be. And these donor advice funds are the best. There was actually a wall of donors in Mississauga City Hall. They opened that wall, and all the businesses and other people donate their names around.
So you agree that business owners are actually one of the people that they give more too.
Yeah.
A lot of business owners give more, and that's what they should be doing as well.
A lot of business
if they
owners
can.
Absolutely.
And now let's talk about the next generation too. How can we continue to have that going on so that the next generation also has that social responsibility to want to give, and what ways that they can give as well?
As I said, you teach your children.
Yeah.
The way you give, you make example of it and you teach them how to give, and let them take care of this. Donor advice fund is one of the best way. Make them as a director. And have them given on your behalf for generations to come. Also, tell children from day one, as soon as they start earning money, teach them that part of that you're earning should be going into charity. And that is our responsibility. And I tell you, the young generation in your age, they actually are more active in giving than the older generation. But they just have to learn how to give. But I think this education of how to give is lacking. And that's why the people like us as advisor, we are doing our best to educate people.
Yeah. And again, back to building that legacy and keeping it going for generations to come.
Absolutely.
So it never stops with just you. It continues on.
It goes to second and third generation because that funds, especially that donor advice, it never dies.
Yeah.
Because you don't give out the capital.
Yeah.
You only give the profit out.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the part gets bigger and bigger every single year.
Exactly. So
there are many examples.
Yeah. So philanthropic giving is one of the best things that business owners can do for themselves, for the community, and for their business as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Is there anything else that you would like to say?
No, I would say is that overall philanthropy should be part of your estate plan. Part of your tax advantage strategy, part of part of your budget. The philanthropy has to be there, and it gives huge benefits. And as a society, you feel, personally feel good that as a society you are helping other people. And and not even in your society, but around the world.
Yeah.
And don't have this misconception that government is going to take care of them. It's your responsibility.
Yeah.
Government is giving you benefits to take care of. So take that responsibility in your own hand, but seek advice.
Yeah.
Don't just give it. I see people giving $1,000 when I sometimes go to a mosque or I go to other people. They give $1,000. They don't even ask for a receipt. And they just tap and go. And everybody has that tax advantage. They can get that money back and give back to the charity more. Why that you don't?
Yeah.
So just tapping your $50 or $100 like that and not asking for a receipt is not a good idea, because again, get that money back and donate back again more.
Yeah. So these strategies can basically help again to give more, to change people's lives around the world, and also to grow that legacy for everyone.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Zahid, for giving us your valuable time and telling us more about how philanthropy is a great way to give back, especially for business owners. And thank you all so much for joining for another episode of Rich Conversations. If you guys enjoyed, please be sure to follow, to share, and to give us any comments or questions that you have that you'd like us to answer. And remember, until next time, keep growing your wealth with purpose, and we'll catch you in another episode of Rich Conversations.